Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict. Guys, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment if you don't mind, if you'd like to anyway. Guys, I just want to say thank you. I've noticed there's so much more activity on the channel, and yeah, I mean, I'm blown away, guys. Thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me. I so appreciate each and every one of you being here with me and taking this journey of healing and self discovery with me. So thank you so much for being here, guys. It means everything to me. Yeah, okay, so yeah, another beautiful day today, guys. Just taking life one day at a time, doing the things I need to do. As a matter of fact, we're gonna talk about, guys. I told you, I mentioned briefly over the weekend. I'm taking a self development course through. Actually, I'll put it right off the Dom the hypnotist out of Las Vegas, and yeah, it's kind of like it's part of it is a sleep hypnosis. And one of the reasons I want to do it is because one of the things I'm trying to work on myself is my relationship with money. I've typically had a very bad relationship with money, which is crazy for a workaholic, because I've been a workaholic my whole life, guys. But again, I've never had a problem making money. It's holding on to it, not blowing it all on drugs or women or just stupid. I've never been any good at it, right? And it's mind blowing, guys, to what I ran into, right? And as I was signing up for this thing, there's this phenomenon where you start watching, you start doing the it's an 8 hour sleep hypnosis, yeah, and it's just like a mantra that plays over and over again. And if you have mental blocks or limiting beliefs, they talk about how all of a sudden you won't be able to hear the video, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, right? Well, sure enough, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and there's this gibberish going off in my headphones, and I'm like, whoa, like what? And now I know it's the same mantra, and it's on a loop, guys. It's not like they're playing with the video. I mean, the guys honestly offered $1 million if you can prove he played with the videos. And again, it's a video loop I've been listening to for days, and sure enough, man, and it's so hard to describe, guys. It's six statements that I'm listening to over and over again, and all of a sudden, certain parts of it I can hear, and certain parts are just distorted and other parts are straight gibberish, right? And it's amazing, and it literally highlighted the areas where I have mental blocks, and it's around things like money coming easy, investing, things of that nature, right? And it's wow, man. I mean, talk about powerful, right? So now there's this whole separate part of the course where you go through and you start releasing these mental blocks, and that's what I'm working on now. I spent a good part of the day doing that, and pretty intense and very in depth. But yeah, man, mentally, understanding the power of the subconscious brain is amazing to me, right? But that's literally all what I'm exploring, right? That's what I'm getting into. So I'm getting a lot of stuff out of prayer and meditation, and now consciously trying to work with my subconscious. As funny as that sounds. But yeah, guys, it's all part of and I say these things just to encourage you guys. The untapped potential within you is enormous. That's and I tend to talk about me because that's what I know, and I'm trying to share my experience and put myself out there, raw and naked, so people feel less restricted and less like that they are not capable of doing something, guys. Because I mean, if you guys are watching my videos and if you go back and see some of my earlier stuff, or even particularly if you're new to the channel and you haven't had a chance and you want to know where I'm coming from and exactly what I've overcome to get where I am today, look at my testimony. There's the two-part series on basically, and as long as that is, it's literally just an overview of what I've been through. Because again, I walked active addiction and alcoholism for 40 years, and every trauma that comes along with it. But again, we're gonna, you can go back and look at those videos, and thank you. But yeah, I put these things out there, guys, because I want you guys to understand there's literally nothing that you cannot overcome when you put the work in. And again, everything in this channel is based towards, if you're here at this channel, obviously you have no problem with faith, because this channel is dedicated to my faith in God, because God gave me a new life, guys. There's no two ways about this. I am not the person that I was that was out there using drugs and struggling the way that I was. And don't get me wrong, life is still a struggle, and I still face challenges on a daily basis. But I have an inner strength today that literally comes from overcoming. I mean, literally, I feel like I battled the devil and won. And that's a powerful feeling, guys. And I'm not out here, I'm this, I'm that. No, man, I'm at the bottom. I'm in my infancy of adulthood, trying to figure out life, right, and trying to figure out how. But I'm bound and determined to be of service to my fellow human beings, and to be a service to God, and be a service to myself, right? Literally, this is just about being the best version of me possible, and teaching or sharing the lessons that I'm learning along the way as I go. And one thing, like yesterday, we talked about how powerful it is to be the miracle in somebody else's life, and I love that, guys. I literally go out of my way to see where I can help people right now. And it's funny because I'm noticing things, like I'm paying attention to things, and particularly there's one young kid that walks by my place all the time, and I've spoken to him quite a bit over the last couple of years, and he's just I don't know where he stays. I don't know if he's homeless or not. I think he may be. Actually, I'm pretty sure of it. But he's very reserved when you ask him about it. And again, I throw him a couple bucks here and there, buy him a meal when I see him at the store, and he always hit he used to hit me up for cigarettes when I smoked. And it's funny. The guys I work with, like, oh, what do you give him cigarettes for? He'll never stop asking. I'm like, well, because I've been there. I spent 3.5 years on the street and I bummed cigarettes and everything. I've been to picking butts out of ashtrays to smoke. It's a terrible admission, but I've been there. Now, fortunately, I don't smoke anymore. It's one more thing I was able to overcome. I actually put that down before I put down the drugs, just because they at $18 a pack, they pissed me off enough that I just refused. But anyway, regardless, guys, whatever your excuse is, whatever your reason, rather, not excuse, whatever your reason for putting stuff down that doesn't serve you, put it down. It doesn't matter your excuse, just the end result is worth it. But anyway, I'm talking about, so I go out of my way, like I save bottles for my can of bottle guy, because I know the guy that comes through the trash, or rather than make him go through the trash, I save all my soft drink bottles and I put them aside. Just little things you can do that make you feel good at the end of the day, and you're helping people out, right? This kid I've talked to many times, and I've told him many times, I'm like, dude, if you go to rehab, because he's a drinker, I see him, he's usually half in the bag. And he always asks me, hey, you got any work? You got any work? And I keep telling him, friend, I'm sorry, I can't allow you to work, drinking, and you're volatile. One minute he's very kind, very calm, and the next minute, typical of anybody who, is under the grips of alcoholism, he'll be very, very, very loud and aggressive, and obviously you can't bring that into a job site. And I've tried to explain that to him. I'm like, dude, whether it's me or somebody else, I know a lot of people in the contracting community. If you go to rehab, if you go to a program and get yourself clean, I'll find you work. And it's heartbreaking because the kid comes up and asks me all the time because he knows I have the ability to get him work, but I have to be honest with my friend. You got to get yourself help first, right? So that's why, as much as I tell you guys, do what you can for other people, you also still have to have your boundaries, right? You can't overgive. You can't go down with a sinking ship. I was talking in the comments section with a guy earlier today, and my friend, again, you stepping back and pouring into yourself and recuperating, and pulling your energy back from those that are abusing it is not cowardice by any means, my friend. Heal your wounds. Take care of yourself first. I went into hermit mode for 4 or 5 months, literally shut out the entire world, literally quit my job, walked away from every relationship I had with people, and then I sat back and figured out why I'm allowing people to take advantage of me, and why I'm allowing life to run, steamroll me the way that I was. And, working with a therapist, working with my advisors and doctors and dermatologists and dentists. And, I got a lot, I got a lot going on because there's a lot of stuff that I had to fix and heal, and it's still a work in progress. As a matter of fact, I got my next, rebuilding my mouth, my next appointment on the 11th, which is a week from today, so I'm thrilled, right? This BU Dental School, they're fantastic guys. If you're in the Boston area and you need dental help, and you want it done right, and you want it done, affordably, look up Boston University Dental Program, Golden School of Dental. I'm telling you, I can't say enough about these people, and I'm not being paid to promote them by any means, guys. I'm just so appreciative of what they're doing for me. They when I spoke to the girl, and I'm very open about my situation. I told the girl about I'm in recovery, and part of the reason I'm so embarrassed about the mouth is I'm doing this YouTube thing, and next thing you know, I got a phone call from the school saying that they offered to they donated 2/3 of the work being done on my mouth just to be nice, because I was very kind, open, honest, and I'm trying to do a good thing in life, guys. When you do good things find you. I didn't tell her any of that thinking I was going to get something done for me. I'm answering the questions. That's part of the questionnaire, and I'm being open and honest. Because I'm not ashamed of my past, and you don't need to be ashamed of yours either. When you do the right things and you become the best version of you, You no longer have to hide from anything you did in the past. Just like that situation with the job that I was paid for. I actually finished it today officially because I went and did the work that is over and above the work I offered to do as an apology for the mistake that I made. So I went and spent a good 4 hours today going over and above and doing a completely separate oil tank for them and just giving them the oil at their place for their apartment because I just wanted to know that I appreciate that they were cool about it and let me make it right. And again, I saved a customer out of it. The same. So my point was do everything you can for other people after you take care of yourself. Have healthy boundaries. You gotta use discernment, and that's something that's a quality I had to learn. I don't think I knew that word a year ago, and now I live by it. And by paying attention to my intuition, pouring into me, and just being aware of my surroundings, I'm able to discern who needs help and who's trying to take advantage of me and just wants to. Here's the thing, guys. When you let somebody take advantage of you, sometimes people need towers. Like I needed things in my life to fall apart so that I could go get help. If things are just going along easy enough that I could just get by without it overwhelming me, I'd probably still be addicted to drugs and I wouldn't be living this new life. So had somebody stepped in and been willing to go down with the sinking ship and enabled me to keep getting high, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't be saving other people. I wouldn't be saved myself. I wouldn't have begged God for the help and then develop this amazingly beautiful relationship that I have with God today, right? So sometimes, guys, as hard as it is, you got to let people go through the things they have to get through. And it's I can't tell you what situation you do and when you don't, but when you're enabling somebody to point where, like, say, I used to have a friend whose parents would give him money for drugs every day because they didn't want him out there stealing and ruining the family name. And then all of a sudden one day he ran somebody over and damn near killed somebody, at a mailbox. It's like, not good, right? Sometimes you have to let somebody make those mistakes and maybe end up getting locked up to wake them up. It just might save their life or somebody else's life, okay? So always use your discernment. Know who you can help and who you have to turn your back on. Sometimes you have to, and it doesn't mean you're turning your back on them forever. But when somebody takes things too far and they're going to take you out or take you down, you have to walk away. And, it's terrible. It goes against everything I've ever stood for saying that, but it's a hard lesson I had to learn. And at the same time, it's the difference that it's what saved my life. And it's what's making me able to save other people's lives and help other people here, is because I was willing to finally open my eyes and use my discernment. And I still have to on a constant basis. It's not easy to figure out who's there to pour into you and work together with you. And at the same time, like, I had my guard up so hard because I had cut out so much out of my life that I probably started missing opportunities that are good for me. And now I'm like, okay, step back and actually taking the time to discern what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad. And I'm not perfect by any means. I'm just doing the best I can, guys. And that's kind of why I like to share these things every day, because it helps me talk my way through it too. Sometimes sitting there thinking by myself doesn't do it, but I get these... It holds me to a higher standard when I'm out here putting it out publicly and trying to help other people, right? So I want to be somebody can look up to, and I want to be right in what I say, and I want to make sure that I can stand by what I say. If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything, and I won't fall for anything anymore, guys. I'm on to something here, and I'm holding on for dear life, and I'm riding the wave and enjoying this, right? I'm loving this new life of mine, and I'm going to go far because I'm bound and determined to do so. I've always had the drive. Just now the drive is going in the right direction. Now I'm no longer in survival and reaction mode. I'm picking and choosing and deciding what I'm going to pour myself into, and I'm loving the results that I'm getting. But still a long way to go. This hypnosis thing is really blowing my mind, guys. If you ever get a chance and it's something that you're interested in, by all means do it. I purchased a long-term program because I realized that it was something I needed in my life. If I want to get my life to a point where maybe I can own a home someday, or just have any kind of financial stability, I got to learn. I had to get these things because I had some serious mental blocks. I was self-sabotaging because I had a bad relationship with money, and I think it stemmed from my mother, who had a gambling addiction, and it just whatever. However it came there, it's time to get over it. I'm 50 years old, guys. I can't be coming at money with my 8-year-old mentality, right? It's just that it doesn't work, and I'm glad I'm at a point today where I'm able to recognize that and I'm able to do something about it, and so will you. That's why I share these things, guys, because anything I'm doing, you can do. and a lot of us don't have. Nobody has the same story, but a lot of us have similar relationships in different aspects, right? And that's one of the things I love about this channel is this is geared from anybody that's still in active addiction, trying to get out of it, just coming out of rehab, or people that are out there saving other people's lives. We get to share. And I love the fact that I get to be on that whole broad spectrum because I'm not somebody who will ever judge anybody because I've been to the lowest lows. I've been to the depths of despair. And for some reason, God kept that spark of hope and love alive in me. And rather than, a lot of people turn callous and bitter and shut down for some reason, it just gave me a level of compassion that few human beings will ever know. And I absolutely love that about myself today. I nurture that about myself today because that means the world to me. I love knowing that I will never look at another human being, no matter where they're in, and see somebody that is beneath me, just somebody that's in trouble and needs help, and then maybe I can be the difference in that person's life. And I urge all of you to try and look at life that way. It's a powerful, powerful perspective, and it changes lives, it saves lives, and it'll add value to yours. I promise you that. Guys, thank you so much again. I'm seeing growth in this channel. It means so much to me, guys. I don't have words to describe how much I appreciate all of you. God loves you. I love you. We are all brothers and sisters here, guys. We're all one family. And somebody mentioned that they were having a hard time finding my email. So if you look at I did a community post with my email, and I also added it at the beginning of my description on my homepage. So it should be readily available. Anybody wants to reach out. That's what I'm here for, guys. I'm not so busy that I can't respond to everybody that reaches out, and I love doing so. I love building this little community that we're building here, and hopefully building some lifelong friendships here. So, guys, thank you so very much. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I love you all so very much. God loves you. I love you. Be safe. Be healthy. Have boundaries. Pour into yourself that you can pour into somebody else with the overflow, but always pour from the overflow. Don't give that what you don't have to give. And don't be an enabler, but just be the best person you can, guys. Thank you so much. Love you. We'll see you in the next one.